How many of you have contracted polio, measles, mumps, rubella, or any other vaccine preventable disease? How many people do you know have contracted those diseases? Exactly what I expected to hear. It was zero, very few, maybe around the world. My name is Matthew Madison. Today I'm actually going to go ahead and provide you a bunch of information I've compiled about vaccines and why you should make sure your children and all the other children in your life around the world are properly vaccinated. I have two children of my own, 1 4, 1 2, Aiden and Mia. And the last thing I would do is put their life on the line because I refuse to get them a vaccination. A vaccination can easily save their life. It's a very small needle, 24 gauge, maybe smaller. It goes right in. It gives them maybe a fever, maybe a sore leg. That's it. That's the only thing that's ever happened from a vaccine. We can prevent our children and others from around the world from contracting these deadly diseases by providing them a vaccination. According to the CDC, vaccine preventable diseases actually have a costly impact on the community. Unscheduled hospital bills, unscheduled hospital visits, lost time from work, lost time from school, and the unfortunate death of your children. And that's the last thing I, as a parent, want to see anybody go through. I do not want to see someone's child die because of a vaccine preventable disease. According to the German network, there were actually 22,000 vaccine preventable deaths in the mid 20th century. That's a lot of people dying from something that could be prevented. We can prevent that number from coming back and that staggering amount of deaths from coming back here in America just by providing vaccines. According to CDC, children are most susceptible. Within their first year of life, they actually have some antibodies from their mother, but it slowly fades away. So they're actually left with pretty much no immunity to fight away these preventable diseases. So by giving them a vaccine, we actually give them antibodies to fight away and say, have their body reject these diseases. Due to vaccines, we've lowered the amount of deaths by hundreds of thousands since the introduction of vaccines. If vaccines were denied, never recommended, we'd still be seeing 22,000 people die every year. According to the World Health Organization, we actually see 2 to 3 million deaths worldwide are actually prevented from vaccines alone. Here in America, we actually had a great success since the introduction of vaccines. In 2010, according to the CDC, there were only 55 reported deaths from vaccine preventable diseases. That's a decrease by 40,000%. We went from 22,000 to 55 deaths within 60 years. We can keep moving forward with the progression of vaccines. According to UNICEF, there are actually 1.5 million deaths worldwide that could still be prevented from vaccines alone. And the worst part about it is all 17% of all deaths of children under 5 are actually vaccine preventable. So we could prevent 17% of the children population in the world from dying just by providing them vaccines. Now, everyone seems to be more concerned with underlying issues that vaccines might prevent than the undeniable fact that not vaccinating your children can actually lead to their death. We could keep throwing out statistics, different death tolls, different numbers from around the world of people dying and being saved from vaccines, but there's actually a bunch of other stuff that are preventing from people from getting vaccines for their children. There seems to be this fake link between autism and vaccines, and this was a study conducted by Dr. Andrew Wakefield in 1998, suggested that developing autism was linked to MMR vaccine, which according to the NYU.med was not really true according to 3 separate studies with over 1 million different children within the survey. All 3 studies provided definitive evidence against that link between autism and vaccines. Now we have moved on from the link from autism to vaccines. We know that's not true. We know it was just something that he did to kind of throw it out there, maybe for financial reasons. But that's something that is not relevant. It is not going to happen. Your children will not develop autism from an MMR shot. There's other things that could happen. You could actually lose your doctor from not vaccinating your children. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, in 2013, nearly 12% of all pediatricians actually dismissed their patients for refusing to vaccinate their children. Not only does this increase your child's likelihood of contracting a potentially deadly disease, but now you actually lost your doctor. So now you cannot take your children to see the doctor when they actually need it. They could actually get sick, break a bone. Now you need to find another doctor. Now if another doctor is not accepting new patients, now your children has this injury or this disease that can't be seen, they can't be prevented, and now they're stuck without it because you decided to not give them a vaccination. So why would you risk their safety for something that you feel may be true, which has been proven false? That's something that I wouldn't do as a parent and you shouldn't do as a parent. Unfortunately, people still do this today. And unfortunately, children are still dying today, worldwide and here in America. We can prevent these deaths with a simple vaccination. You can make sure your children will grow up healthy, strong, and they will live another day just by giving them a simple vaccination. So, you as a parent have a duty to make sure your children will always be healthy and strong. Do your part, give your children a better tomorrow, and make sure you vaccinate them. Thank you for listening to my speech. Hopefully you guys will vaccinate your children, and have a nice day.